found formula on the 11th of June. It's supposedly meant to be freeze-framed edition at some point. Just need to adjust. What there is to adjust, I have no bloody idea. Anyway, the questions. Question 1. With Grosjean and Perez both claiming spots on the podium this weekend, do you believe they are the best new crop of young drivers? Perez, certainly. I was never bowled over by Grosjean. In fact, I'm not very pleased with Grosjean at all. Simply for the fact that the number of crashes he has, he's turning into a bit of an Adrian Sutil at the moment. He wasn't this bad in his first time round, I think. Although at Spa he did take out Jenson Button in 2009, he was leading the championship, and Lewis Hamilton, and Toro Rosso, all in one crash if I remember rightly. But if he could improve his consistency a little bit more, then sure, he's one of the best new guys. And as for Perez, he's certainly one to watch out for in the future. Certainly he's going to be a multiple race winner, if not a world champion at some point. Whether they're the best of the new crop, I don't know. Because it's hard to tell who's best if you can only tell who's best if they're all in the same car, because they're all in different cars. It's kind of hard to tell. But I would say Perez is certainly at the top of that list, definitely. Grosjean, he's I'd have put Alguersuari there instead of Grosjean myself, but then oh well. Question 2, suggested by Don Cole Kid. McLaren one. What a surprise. Why, if Lewis Hamilton is repeatedly consistent with the McLaren, has Jenson Button been so poor in recent races and when they have both got the same car? Depends which approach you want to take. If you want to put on your crazy tinfoil helmet and go all conspiracy theory, they're putting radio waves in my brain. Freeze frame. Then you could say that it's McLaren pandering to Lewis Hamilton, helping him more because they don't want to lose him. Whereas in a blog piece I wrote recently, and even though it was not rubbishing Lewis Hamilton, far from it, I'm still here having written it. Personally, I think Lewis Hamilton should go, but anyway. You could say it's McLaren trying to appease Lewis Hamilton, trying to prove that he's not the number 2 driver, and just generally trying to help him, well, not help him, almost bribe him into staying with the team. In a sensible, without your crazy tinfoil helmets and conspiracy theories. What does it all mean? It's a toughie because it could just simply be Jenson's had the wrong setup. Certainly in Canada he went on the wrong strategy. He should have done soft, and then gone for super soft at the end. So that was strategy to let him down. But the other thing that sort of sometimes lets Jenson down, and I hate saying this despite the fact I quite like Jenson, is he can't quite take the car by the scruff of the neck in the same way as Hamilton does and just make it work. But I personally think at the moment it's maybe slightly more to do with I think McLaren are paying more attention to Hamilton because they don't want to lose him. So he's either been in talks with new teams, or he's given them an ultimatum behind closed doors. Though, like I said many times, if that's the case, then he should just move on. Because championships aren't going to come to him; he's got to go to them. And if McLaren keep cocking up, then there's no point in staying there for £100 million over 5 years. Anyway, question 3. I'd have to take the BBC one because I don't have Sky on principle, not because I can't afford it. I think we've got the off to complete. Well, I can't finish that sentence off. For the BBC viewers, with Jake off hosting the Euros, how did you feel Lee Mackenzie did with presenting the highlights? She didn't do too bad. I think she so certainly it shows that she doesn't do that very often. If she, she's doing 3 or 4, I think. So I think she'll be better at it by the end. However, Jake's also done the live show, so it wouldn't be fair to properly compare her against Jake until she's done one of the live ones this year. But like I said, we've got to wait and see what's going on there. Certainly, I think she did quite well. Because she interviews the drivers a lot, I think that interview is a bit more natural for her than it is for Jake. So in many ways, she's a bit better than Jake, and certainly Jake with his iPad is a little bit more natural at sort of keeping by its side and then not looking at the script where it's Lee's, very much having to have it very close to hand. But I think she's done a very good job, and if Jake for whatever reason left the BBC, aside from picking myself, she would be a very good replacement if he ever did that. And I'm not saying he will, because I'm pretty damn sure anywhere he'd leave the Formula 1 is, well, in a coffin basically. And the bonus question: who would you have liked to see join Sebastian Vettel and Mark Webber in the river after the Grand Prix? I don't know what that's in relation to, but I would have certainly liked to have seen maybe Bernie Ecclestone in there, maybe see how long it would take him to switch, how quickly it would take him to sync with his wallet. I have no idea what that's in relation to. So I personally think if we should see how long it takes Bernie Ecclestone to sync under the weight of his own wallet, or what else I've seen in there. Put some of the McLaren guys in there as a wake-up call. Like, wake up, you idiots! Get back to where you should be. And I think maybe Sir Frank Williams maybe should have, well, maybe just sort of pushed these drivers in and said, you know, wake up, sort it out. We were doing good, and now we're going backwards. Although I'm thinking more as a motivational thing if the water was cold, not as a celebration of any sort. And that's the end of the fan formulas. Some Storm Space stuff now. I've still got no bloody idea what's going on with voices at the moment, because my brother said he thinks he's sorted someone out, but he's not said anything since. So until he says what's going on, as far as I'm concerned, we still need another female voice. However, I have started writing the second series of Where's My Liberty, and we might be bringing in an additional character, so there might be an additional voice there, but I've not decided what kind of character it's going to be. I'm not sure if it's going to be, well, for one, I'm not sure if it's going to be Lass or a dude yet, so it's a difficult one. As for videos, I just can't get them out at the moment. Computer keeps going into absolute meltdown when I'm rendering a video, so I can't get them put out. My brother's again meant to be editing one for me, and this is the video he was editing all the way back in March. So patience is starting to run a little bit thin. Oh yeah, and back on the Where's My Liberty thing, I might be recasting one of the main characters, because, well, the guy who's meant to be doing it, he doesn't. I keep suggesting, you know, shall we have a read through the script, shall we do this, shall we do that, and he doesn't seem interested. So it's like, well, if you're not interested, then you're not in. Simple as that. But if you're interested, send a tweet to @CWhite90999 or to @StormSpaceProd, and we'll go from there. And well, that'll be it, I guess. Send this, so I'll see you at the next fan formula.